Let's check it out.
Some leaders look successful on the outside, but quietly feel themselves fading under pressure and expectations, and the fear they're running on fumes. Today's story is about a woman who learned something powerful. Leadership survival doesn't come from pushing harder, but choosing something radically different than exhaustion.
Sheryl Raphael Whitaker is the founder of Eden Anthony Elite Talent Solutions, teaching leaders why joy must run the operation. She spent over 2 decades inside Fortune 100 and 500 giants, shaping development for massive teams and navigating high-pressure transformations with steadiness. As USAA's Assistant Vice President of Learning, she supported 37,000 employees and delivered more than $14.4 million in system-wide efficiency savings. She revitalized learning cultures and proved that human-centered leadership scales performance. She's an ICF-certified executive coach and an Amazon best-selling author, helping high performers stop pretending they're fine while quietly losing themselves. Sheryl works with leaders and teams who look composed on the surface, but feel strain, uncertainty, and misalignment in places they rarely admit out loud. In her early 30s, a multiple sclerosis diagnosis forced her to redefine strength and pace and the meaning of sustainable success. She grew up as the daughter of Trinidadian immigrants, learning early that resilience and joy must coexist for leadership to last. Sheryl believes joy isn't decoration, it's infrastructure, the operating system that keeps leaders grounded and courageous. Sheryl, we are so excited to have you on the big show today. Welcome.
Oh, baby,
Wow.
baby.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
What's going on, Sheryl Raphael
Oh my
Whitaker?
God. Good morning. Good morning. You guys have me in tears already. I'm like, who are you talking about? Who's that?
Well, so I got to tell you, this is the first time I saw it too. So Sophia
Wow.
Gant has been working hard at it. Producer Melissa has been working with Sophia to put that
That's
clip together.
beautiful.
And pardon my language, but that was fucking awesome. Well
That was
done.
amazing.
It
works like a charm. We show
Good
the best side of
morning.
you get yourself all piped up, and then you're an entertaining guest.
Wow. I'm like, wow, I want to meet that person. But I'm excited to be here with you guys today. Good morning, Keith. Good morning,
Awesome.
John.
Cheryl, Johnny. I was really, so when I found Sheryl on LinkedIn, she's like, she says, hey, so you want to have me on the show? She's like, why? I'm like, look at your profile. Like, dude, you spend 17 years in corporate and you're like, yeah, I'm leaving because of joy. And she goes out and creates her own journey herself and creates even more success after the world of corporate. So
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So thank you. I appreciate the invitation.
yes. Well, and I got to tell you, because our audience of men and women and humans are stuck. And sometimes like, how do I get out? How do I move to the next level? And you went through that journey. And I'm eager to get into with you here. So,
yeah, sure.
Where are you joining us from today? First of all,
I'm joining you from New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. Well, real quick, before we get started, before we get started, I gotta say, you've got the cool. As all the females that come on the show, you've got the 100% coolest fucking haircut of all of them.
I knew that.
My non-haircut, my unhaircut.
It looks great. Good.
Thank you. I shave it myself. I do it myself.
Are you serious? I love it.
I do it myself. Thank you.
Look at that.
My husband started it, and then I take it from there. Hey,
I know. So I knew this was going to be a thing this morning.
It looks good.
Yeah. So Sheryl, let's stay here actually. And I'm serious. Let's stay here. Not a lot of women have the courage to say, I'm shaving my head. And I want to have this vulnerable.
That is exactly what I'm saying. This is good shit.
I know. I want to have this vulnerable conversation with you. How do you get here? How do you stay here? How do you look in your mirror and say, I'm being this and I am myself? I'm very serious.
All right, good. It's interesting. For 18 years, I had dreadlocks. I mean, locks down my back. Right? Beautiful. Over time, my hair started to thin on top. That plus I have multiple sclerosis, which was also messing with my hair follicles. I have alopecia. And so I started I cut it shorter. And then one day it was pretty short, but not bald. And my husband, he was like, babe, if I cut it any shorter, it'll be bald. And I was like, well, screw it. I'm like, what? It's hair. It'll grow back if we don't like
Yeah.
it. He shaved it, Keith, and we both looked like, ooh, that's it. And that was it. That was like a couple of years ago or so. And so this is the look.
So I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but I fucking love it. It's so distinct. It's Johnny. It's a very distinct look. Like it is it's like a signature of yours. I got to think, Sheryl.
It's become. I was just thinking the same thing, Keith. It's become a signature look. And you might. I was like, let me put my head on the book, bald and free and happy, and so it's all good. Thank you. I appreciate you talking about it.
You know. I say, and I take this please as a female. It says, I got fucking balls.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, it's brave, right? And it's funny because some people come up to me and they're like, I don't know whatever it is you're going through, but just know you can be strong. And I'm like, yes. People have asked, people who've known me for a long time will reach out to friends and say like, is Sheryl okay? Because you think like, okay, she lost her hair because she's sick. Thank God that is not the case. I just alopecia and rocking the look. That's
when someone says, you're brave, you're this, you're that, say, you know what, you're right. Because I'm choosing not to live like the rest of you pathetic motherfuckers.
Okay, John. Because it takes a lot, especially women, can we go there? Black women, we put a lot of like stock. It's a thing with our hair. I
have a mixed daughter, so her hair is a thing in our house. It's a thing. It's a thing. Yes.
And so there are some of us who are brave enough to go bald, and there are some who are not, or who just don't want to, and then that's okay. But for me, this is it. I wouldn't even want hair now.
Girl, do you have kids?
I have a 62-year-old husband in the house.
Say no more. Say no more.
And a doggy named Bella.
Is it a golden retriever? Because we learned today golden.
No, I know. No, she's a newfie.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
So John, get this, man. So not only is Sheryl not letting her hair choices define her. This is a heavy one. In her 30s, she was diagnosed with MS. Yep. And you did not let that define you either.
No.
Talk about that. So, dude, you've had some journeys in life, alopecia, MS, and you keep overcoming them. Talk about that.
Yeah, and it's attached to this. My whole, notion that joy is foundational. It's part of my operating system. And so when you have joy, I'm not talking about joy to the world, happy joy. I'm talking about that operating system, that foundation of strength and peace with yourself and confidence. It helps you in so many different ways. And so for me, when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know. All I was thinking about was, being in a wheelchair for the rest of my life.
Oh my goodness.
And I had to, come to terms with that as well. But I've got a beautiful family. I've got beautiful friends who are family, and everyone's been behind me all the way. Thank God. There are different types of multiple sclerosis, and I have the type that I'm able to control, and that has not gotten in the way of my mobility or anything like that. I wear heels. I rock heels whenever I want to, which is most of the time. And I'm all good. And it's just, it's just strengthened me from the inside out, really.
That's awesome. Strengthening yourself. You're the daughter of Trinidadian immigrants who taught you to work twice as hard.
Yes.
We're living in and I want to lean here a little bit with you. I want to get. I'm gonna go a little bit hard, but stay in the middle because it's a morning show. We're living in a world right now where people are poo-pooing on immigration. Yet, you exist because you had wonderful humans who immigrated to America and who taught you to work twice as hard. How do you feel about the conversation happening right now in North America?
I struggle with it because I know we don't get too political here, but America, we are a country of immigrants, And we, that's what made it. And it's one of the things
there's no true American. There's no true American.
We all come from someplace else,
exactly.
Right? I mean, ask the Brits; they'll tell you where they think we came from, right? So, but it's interesting because my dad's been gone for many years. He's been gone for 25 years, but my mom is here. She's 83 years, going on 60, and it's interesting because a lot of folks who came here back in the 60s and 70s, those immigrants, have no negativity. Like, hey, this country at that time gave me all the doors were open. I can make my own way. My parents came here pregnant with me, and my dad was in school. My mom was trying to figure out what she was going to do, and they made a way. My dad was a successful life insurance agent for New York Life. My mom was an HR executive at the United Nations, retired after 30-something years. They made a way. And so I still have belief that, this country can provide those type of opportunities. It's just their attitude. We need to get back to joy, guys, because we're just.
We do. And I'll tell you something, Sheryl, because I'm a Canadian dude. And I like to think I got a really unique point of view here. I get to hang out with my brother from another mother every single day here, Johnny, down there in California. But I'll tell you, Sheryl, since I've been doing the show for a couple of years now, I've been really fortunate to meet, I would say, I've interviewed over 500-600 people. And let's just say half wear red, half wear blue. And what's quite striking is that everybody's the same, but y'all just use a few different words in your conversation. And the moment you guys say a word, you go, oh, but yet when I talk to y'all, you're like, yeah. But yet it's actually quite incredible how similar everybody is. But yet when you get into a situation and somebody makes one little statement, backs go up, and then nobody wants to talk. They want to race back to their echo chamber and not have a conversation anymore.
Yeah, and we can't have that. We have to keep talking. And you said something before. You used the H word.
Oh, which one was that? Yes.
Human.
Yes.
Oh my God. We are all human beings at the end of the day. And there's no escaping that. No AI avatars, whatever. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. And that's what we have in common.
Hanging out with Sheryl Raphael Whitaker from Jersey this morning, myself and John Anderson live on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, friends. Coming up in about an hour, guys, I have a conversation. Mornings in the Lab is done. Ooh, here's the teaser coming up in 45 to 60 minutes talking about that. Johnny, get this, man. So most folks like to climb the corporate ladder. Like they're like, oh, I got to climb the ladder. I got to get to the top. But Cheryl's like, no, I'm not going to do that. She actually took a demotion, John. She's like, I'm taking a demotion so I can move forward in life. How do you decide to say, no, I in order for me to get to the next step, I need to move sideways and move backwards to move forward? Most humans have a hard time wrapping their head around that. Teach us.
Yeah, well, because so you're referring to, this was going back some time when I was in corporate and I just fell in love with learning. I fell in love with it, but I was on a trajectory of going into like increasing levels of responsibility on more the business side, operations side, right? And I loved it, but it didn't turn me on. And at the time I was just thinking like, life is short, right? Tomorrow is not promised. What would you do if you weren't afraid? That's just kind of like one of my mantras, one of my things. If I wasn't afraid, I would do something different. And so, I took a step back. But sometimes you have to step back to catapult your way forward. If I didn't do that back then, I don't know what I'd be doing now, but I wouldn't be living my best life. I would have settled. And that's just not why we're on this earth, I don't think.
There's no joy in that process.
There's no joy in that. Yeah, exactly, John. There's no joy in that. I've always been seeking ways to make myself happy and also to find ways to bring more and have an impact on other people. Always been that way.
Love that. How do you equate the difference, Sheryl, between joy and gratitude? Or are they one and the same? Or does joy lead to gratitude, or does gratitude lead to joy?
No, just had this conversation yesterday. In my mind, joy leads to gratitude. Now, not saying you can't be grateful without joy, but gosh, joy makes it so much easier. So I'm going to tell you a short story.
Yeah.
Last week, my mom, 83 years young, she fell off a step stool. She had an accident. She fell and she broke her elbow in two places. Thank you. Right. She had surgery this week. She's fine. She's doing well. And, she's not allowed to get on that stool anymore. But the reason why I bring that up is because people were coming to me like, oh my gosh, your mom, I'm so sorry. Are you guys okay? And I'm like, I am absolutely grateful because I'll take an elbow for 100, please. She could have broken her neck. She could have broken her leg. She could have broken her hip. Yeah. Right? Her elbow. And she went into surgery and she's doing great. And I'm full of nothing but gratitude. That's what it was. And so for me, I think the joy helped that happen for me. It's kind of like just how I see the world. I'm just trying to, I find the best.
Is your brain trained to find the silver lining in everything?
Yes, absolutely. Find the silver. And some people say that's toxic positivity. Okay. You do you. For me, it works. It works. And I could put a smile on my face every morning and wake up happy.
Toxic positivity is the guy sitting on the couch eating Cheetos, dreaming about winning the lottery ticket he's trying to scratch.
No, he's going to win it one day. I'm winning it tomorrow. I just got to finally win it, Johnny. I finally got to win it. Cheryl, I'm appreciative of your comments with mom because I've been really enjoying John's visiting his mom right now. She's 90. So
oh, nice.
As we're heading into the holiday weekends, I've been enjoying that feedback from John and his experience. But Cheryl, you named your company Eden Anthony after your entrepreneurial father. But you also said you never saw yourself as an entrepreneur until recently. So what did dad teach you about business and resilience that you didn't appreciate, Cheryl, until you started doing your own thing? You stepped out of corporate and like, okay, I'm doing it myself. And there's got to be moments in your journey where you maybe looked up and you said, thanks, Dad, you taught me this.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Ooh, that's deep. Well, my dad, one thing he taught me, he taught me many things, but the most important thing, be yourself. Believe in yourself.
Oh, I love getting goosebumps.
And, but he had many different businesses aside from just being an entrepreneur as a life insurance agent, a successful one. But he always believed in himself. Everything was possible. That's impossible. Right? You heard that impossible. I'm possible.
Yeah.
Right? You heard that before. That was him all day long. And so when I finally realized that spirit was in me, I'm like, what the hell? What was I thinking about all this time, thinking that I couldn't do this shit? Of course I can do it. It's part of who I am. I'm possible. Nothing is impossible. And I learned that from my dad. I hear it in my head every day.
It's only impossible until somebody does it.
Yes, I love that, John. John, you're deep. It must be. I like that. I love that.
He's our human. So, and just so you know, Cheryl, Johnny's usually much more animated and a little more boisterous, but his lovely bride is just sleeping behind him there in the traveling room there. So he's having to be respectful of the situation because we both don't miss this. We get up every single day and do this wherever we have to be. So he's like, all right, he goes, I go, I know, Anderson, we got a wonderful guest. We'll temper your enthusiasm today.
Wow. I hope I'm not waking her up.
No, it's only my voice. You guys are in my ear.
Okay, in my ear too.
I love it. So Anderson, you're going to be blown away with what I'm going to say next because I was when Cheryl submitted some of the feedback to us as we were getting ready for the show. But Anderson, get this, man. Sheryl Whitaker's 59. Dude,
the big 6-0 is coming in April.
Holy
April 26th.
Smokers, man! And I normally would not call out the female, but you put it out here because you're in what you call your most creative and connected chapter yet. And as you've been going, and your energy is so infectious, I find myself wanting to run towards the camera and just hug you and learn and talk to you. And even John Petrocelli here is in the comments, one of our resident co-hosts here on the show. He's like, I'm grateful Cheryl's on the show. She is awesome and mighty interesting, I might add. And I agree with that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What shifted in your journey for you internally that made this stage of life feel so much more expansive than saying, you know what, it's time to wind it down? Because there's folks that are going, well, what do you mean you're getting up and getting after that's going to be 60 years old? And you're like, no, I'm just getting started.
Yeah. It goes back to that
joy.
It goes back to joy. I'm sorry. It really does. And you know what? I'm going to say I didn't love my job. right? I did. Those years in corporate, 35 years in corporate,
Yeah.
I did love it. But I didn't know then really what was possible because I had written a story. It was a story I told myself that wasn't true. And now,
Oh.
I mean, I feel like Rip Van Winkle. Like I feel like I just woke up and I'm checking out a whole new world. I'm not going to burst into song, but I have discovered a whole new world. And now, and you know what? At this age, I don't give a crap. It's like I'm just throwing stuff on the wall and seeing what sticks. This book was not a bucket list. It wasn't a plan. It was not on the agenda. It wasn't. And now I'm a best-selling author. Like, where's that? Where did that come from? And so now I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, if I could do that, what else can I do? And so, and I don't feel like I'm turning 60. Thank goodness I know that I don't look like I'm going to be 60. So I'm like, let's go. Let's go. I've got nothing to lose. Let's giddy up and make it happen.
Well, this whole limitation that people have by getting older, it's a learned behavior. It's a learned thought process.
100%, John.
I'm the same way. I'm in my early 50s, but it's like every time I get another year older, I'm like, this is just another opportunity for me to show the world that yes, you can still keep getting. I was saying, I'm a goddamn fine wine. I just keep getting better with age.
I love that, John, and I completely agree. Look, one of my best friends, she is 66 years old, and she looks like she's going to be 40. And I watch her, and I'm like, oh my God, it's just so encouraging, you know? So it's a mindset completely, and my head's in the right place.
Yeah. Sheryl, you've built a career helping leaders put joy back in charge. But let's be frank. Sometimes it's really hard for leaders and for us humans to reach joy, or sometimes we feel like joy is out of reach. When you coach, when you lead, when you mentor others, and somebody looks to you for inspiration and you're running on empty, and you know you're running on empty, how do you get in front of that person and offer them joy and offer them hope, Sheryl?
Oh, wow. I love that question, Keith. Well, the first thing I do is I don't poo-poo where they are. Right. I have several clients who are quite frankly struggling right now, struggling with their work, struggling in life for some of them that bleeds into work. And so I find it's really important to just honor where they are, like honor where you are right now. You know, I don't like to push off what's going on because coaching is not about fixing, right? It's about honoring the person, honoring their experience, honoring what they're sitting with right now. And then we start having a conversation talking about like, what is their mental fitness? What is it about where they are right now that's getting in the way? So it's a lot of conversation. It's a lot of what we call in coaching active inquiry. It's a lot of just exploration. And through that conversation, an individual, a person is able to perhaps sometimes see things a different way. But a lot of times people don't even have an opportunity to even talk about what's going on. And they have like this like outer, like strong, like armor exterior, and they can only let it down when they're in front of someone like me, who's just kind of like, tell me what's going on. Tell me what you're dealing with. Tell me what we need to do to move forward. Then the walls come down. We're able to have conversation, and that lets sunshine. That's a little bit of sunshine in. Does that make sense?
100% it does. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, so you strike me like, you know, when I speak with John, because John mentors men as well, you know, in that are going through certain stages in life. And, you know, I notice you both offer much grace when you're speaking with somebody because we don't know why they are in the situation they're in, but instead of judging, let's offer them grace and offer them a path forward. Right.
Absolutely. You can, the last thing, judging, it's something that we, you know, I guess it's a human thing, but nobody wants to be judged. The golden rule of treating others the way you want to be treated, if we could only all follow that, the world would be an amazing place. But that's where I sit. There's no judgment in what I do, and a whole lot of grace.
Yeah. Sheryl, one of the topics we talk about frequently on the show is also leadership. And you say that leaders are taught how to perform. And there's also, you know, a big cultural shift happening right now with performative performative females, performative males, right? And as you know, I can tell you, we have people on this show that feel like they need to perform when Keith and John are just being Keith and John. This idea of performance, but very few are taught actually how to lead. What's the difference, Sheryl? And when did you realize that you've been performing leadership instead of living it?
I recognized it when I talk about this woman.
Interesting.
In my book, her name is Janet. We'll call her Janet, and we'll call her Janet.
Hold on, we'll call her Janet. Was Janet somebody? Is there a reason?
Janet is not her name.
I'm triggered. It's not her name.
I'm protecting the guilty. And she was, and we all have our Janet.
Janet?
Just someone who led from fear, who was like, quite frankly, abusive, took joy, not the kind of joy that I'm living by, but
sucked the joy out. Yeah.
Oh, the joy empire. And she literally took joy in other people's displeasure. Some people feel like they can only lead from fear. And in that way, they're performing in order to get a certain result. She did not care about the bodies that she left behind. She only cared about the results. And the organization, I won't name the organization, but the organization at the time didn't touch her because she got results. And so for me, during that time, I realized that I was a joyful person, but I wasn't yet a joyful leader. I was performing leadership because I was just, quite frankly, Keith, I was just trying to survive. She literally made me sick. I already had MS years before, but she made it come out. My hands would shake during meetings. My voice would shake. I'd had sleepless nights, the Sunday Scaries. You know about the Sunday Scaries?
Yes.
Right? I had those. My ringtone for her was Pharrell's Happy, 'cause I'm happy. Trying to put myself into the right state of mind, but I knew that she was calling me. And so I don't even know if I'm answering your question, but man, I call it the dark season.
Yeah.
But going through it and coming out on the other side of it, I realized I've got to, no one's ever going to treat me that way again. No one's going to even get to me that way again, because I've had other Janets, potential Janets since then, who met a completely different Sheryl. Because when you are leading from a place of joy, no one and nothing can shake you where it really matters, where you like deep down inside. And then you show up that way for your people.
You just decided, I'm not going to allow someone to have that type of pull over me anymore.
Exactly. Which is how I ended up as an entrepreneur, because when I came upon a different type of Janet, I was like, ooh, I've been here before. I've seen this story. You're trying to shrink me. You're trying to lower my voice, and I'm out. I'm going to do my own thing.
You know what I find so fascinating about this is we work towards wrapping up with you, Sheryl, is that, and what's so sad, unfortunately, is that there are many humans, including yourself, in that journey where you had to go through tens, hundreds, maybe thousands of scary Sundays.
Yep.
And those moments within the moments, the conversations with your husband, maybe the conversation with your friends about this Janet over and over and over, and Johnny, and she just would keep succumbing to it till finally it was that moment of, okay, enough's a fucking enough.
Yeah.
Right. And it's hard. It's easier said than done for all of us.
It is.
Right. Because as you look back going, why couldn't I have done this 100 times before that? You just weren't ready for it. What would you say to somebody who's going through little Janets right now, or the Karens, and you're like, and does not have the courage to do what you did?
I would say, hold on, find yourself, find your voice. I have a sticker on my laptop. It says, do it anyway, girl. Do it anyway, girl. And it's something I have to remind myself. And everybody's got a different situation, right? I don't have kids. Like I said, I got a hubby and a dog, right? And some mommies at home. Everybody's got their own personal situation. So you have to do what is right for you. But at the same time, remember that your role in that organization does not define who you are as a person, as a human being. Find yourself, and that will give you the courage and the strength to go in there every day and do what you need to do for yourself and for your family, regardless of the Janets, the Karens, the Josephs, whomever. Find yourself.
You are awesome, man. You are an inspiration for our community, for the conversation today. I got a closing question for you.
Sure.
If you could go back to a moment in your life where you're at your lowest, I mean lowest, because you've had a journey and you've shared some of it on the show with us today. Maybe when you got that ambush Zoom call, or when you were first diagnosed, or when you were struggling with the Scaries with Janet, or when you were questioning whether leaving corporate was the right move. As you sit back as 60-year-old Sheryl today, what would you tell that younger version of yourself, and what do you hope she'd be most proud of when that younger version sees you now, Sheryl?
Well, first, I would tell her, girl, it's going to be all right. Go with it. Trust your gut. Bloom where you're planted, but follow the path that this universe has set out for you, and you will be okay. And I think what she would be most proud of, she would be most proud of where I'm sitting right now. Like waking up every morning excited to do what I'm doing. No more Sunday Scaries. Being my own boss. Like she would be like, oh shit, I never knew you had it in you, Sheryl. You go, girl. Keep going.
Can you say that again? Would you say boss?
My own boss.
Yeah, there's a Jersey accent there, Joni. Boss.
Oh wait, I'm a New Yorker, first of all.
Oh, New Yorker accent, boss. Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, you create your own universe, and when you stop naming the days, there's no such thing as a Sunday Scary.
Exactly. I said to my husband this morning, I'm like, it doesn't feel like the Thanksgiving 4-day weekend, because I can have a 4-day weekend whenever I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's a different vibe. And I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of
That's
that.
awesome.
I'm proud of that.
All right, so I just have an assumption here that you and your husband might be the most stylish looking folks in Jersey. Like I have this mental image that you guys are a couple fucking rock stars, just hanging out, going to dinner with your dog, and like I have this mental image, Sheryl.
Oh wow! Well, you know what? He's a rock star. He's a former federal agent, a realtor, and now a life coach. Okay, he's got certified as a life coach. So our conversations at home are getting very interesting these days. I
bet. Sheryl Raphael Whitaker is the founder of Eden Anthony Elite Talent Solutions. She's an Amazon best-selling author, someone who spent over 2 decades as a powerhouse executive at companies like State Farm, AIG, and USAA. She led learning and development for tens of thousands of employees. She drew $14 million in efficiency, and I know, John, we are very, very grateful, as well as the Mornings in the Lab community, to have you on the show with us today. Where can folks find you, connect with you, engage with you? Because I can see there's action happening here in the community. Folks want to meet you, Sheryl.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Sure. You can find me at EdenAnthonyEliteTalent.com or SherylRaphaelWhitaker.com. And if you want more about joy, I hope you check out my book. It starts with joy.
Yeah, where can they find the book on Amazon? Right? Do you have the book?
Oh yeah, actually, right here. Yeah, got my noggin on it. Yep, starts with joy.
Beautiful.
On Amazon. Thank
Beautiful.
you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for reaching out to me, Keith. This has been a blast. John, both of you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for today.
Thank you, Sheryl. Thank you. Awesome. All right, guys, let's do a reset on hour 2 here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We'll take care. Okay, Sheryl, we'll be in touch.
Take care. Thank you.
Awesome.
Sheryl, all right, keep leading by example, man. The world needs more people like you.
Thank you. Happy
Absolutely. All right, let's do a reset on hour 2 here, Jimmy. Let's do it. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Holy freaking smokers. I'm with you, Neiman. I'm with you, Rahima. I'm with you, Jimmy. I loved that conversation. Holy smokes. I know the community did as well. Petro jumping up and down. Sullivan's jumping up and down. And Lauren's jumping up and down. Maddie's jumping up and down. Clear my throat. Sheryl Whitaker. Guys, I know Johnny can hear me, but I got to work the GOAT button because I didn't want to big it out here today and be embarrassed by my brother, because he would have like, what the fuck, man? Couldn't you get a better button for her yet? I got to get a better button, Jimmy. We got to get a better GOAT button so we can give the GOAT button to these awesome humans that we have joining the show here these days. Sheryl Whitaker, yes, hanging out with us for the last 30 minutes here on Center Stage. Hey, coming up, guys, in about 35 minutes or so, we're going to get into Mornings in the Lab. Done. What? Yeah, we're talking about the future of the show, which is Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, coming up in about 40 minutes or so. Excited to have that one. Hey, guys, first hour, we got into the morning loop